Hi, everybody. Good morning to meteorologist Travis Klineski here on this Tuesday morning, April 8th, as we check out things this morning here. First off, we're going to start with a red flag warning that will be in place starting at noon Central Time, 11 o'clock this morning, Mountain Daylight Time over parts of western Nebraska, and this will continue until 7 o'clock this evening Mountain Time. That's 8 o'clock East or Central Time, and this does include southwest Lincoln County, Hayes County, Chase County, Perkins County, and Keith County, and then northward from there all the way to western Cherry County and Sheridan County, Dual Garden. Gotta get all my counties right here. Grant County and Arthur County. I think I got all my counties correct here. A couple of counties. I'm not going to mention which counties those are in Colorado because I don't know my northern Colorado counties that much. Anyway, as we take a look at things here, we are going to be looking at winds actually shifting more out of the west later today. They won't be as strong as farther east, but that west wind and some drier air punching in here will increase the wildfire threat this afternoon and this evening in those locations. Most of us have a southerly wind to start. It's a little breezy in spots. Cold conditions over central and eastern areas. It's not quite as cold out west with this warm front, and that front's going to push eastward today, so we are going to warm things up quite a bit. Strong south winds. Those winds are going to get up there around gusting up around 30-35 miles per hour, but notice the shift to more of a west wind right in here, and that's going to push in some drier air. And so these areas will have that wildfire threat this afternoon here, a smaller threat farther to the east. It's not a zero threat, but it isn't as high enough to have a red flag warning placed on it there. As we get into tonight, we'll see more increasing clouds and perhaps some sprinkles or light rain, mainly in northern Nebraska. Not as good of a chance farther south as this cold front swings through. We'll cool it back a little bit tomorrow and see a shift to more of a northwest wind for your day on Wednesday. We'll start off partly to mostly sunny on your Wednesday, but then late in the day, increasing clouds once again, and this time maybe a slightly better chance of sprinkles or light rain late in the day on Wednesday into Wednesday night. Not a lot of moisture with this, though. I don't think we'll see anything significant out of it. And this is also actually with a second cold front that comes through. I just didn't have time to draw that cold front in this morning. It takes time to build these graphics, and I just didn't have quite enough time to build that in here. But another cold front swinging through will turn those winds back out of the northwest and then bring a slight cool down heading into Thursday. We're also going to see stronger winds on Thursday as well. So, with warmer air moving in today, much milder than yesterday, even in the 60s in the east are much warmer than yesterday's temperatures. 70s for most of us and even some low 80s in the southwest. Tonight, we'll dip back into the 40s and lower 50s, so a much milder morning tomorrow morning than what we're seeing out there this morning. Highs tomorrow, well, just as warm if not warmer in places here to the east and southeast, but cooler weather here to the north and west. So we'll see highs upper 60s, low to mid 70s for most. Tomorrow night, mostly 40s for lows, some chillier 30s in western Nebraska as we get that second cold front coming through. Cools us just down a little bit more on Thursday, mid to upper 60s and lower 70s for Thursday. Thursday night, this is probably our coldest night the rest of this week here, where we could be flirting with some freezing temperatures in some spots. Most of us will see low and mid 30s for lows. Friday, we start to warm back up into the 70s, even near 80 out towards the west, some low and mid 80s in the panhandle of Nebraska, some 60s in far eastern portions of Nebraska. So we do start to warm back up Friday and into the weekend. So see here now, between today and tomorrow, not a big cool down in the Tri-Cities. It's just the warm up won't be as extreme tomorrow from 48 to 73 as it is today, going from the upper 20s to 73. Small chance of light rain or sprinkles tomorrow evening. Not much, though. Windy and a little cooler Thursday, warming back up after a chillier start on Friday morning, back up into the mid-70s, mid-80s on Saturday. A cold front comes through late in the day on Sunday, so it cools down slightly, but we won't feel the effects more until Sunday night and into Monday. Cooler and blustery day on Monday. No moisture with that front, though. And then as we look past Monday, it does look like temperatures do start to recover a bit. So again, big jump in temperatures this weekend, especially Saturday. Then comes the bit of a cool down on Monday, but then temperatures recover back up into the 60s and mid to upper 60s and then 70s as we get further into the next week. Things will turn a little more interesting late next week, but there's still a lot of uncertainty. May see some moisture return late in the week, though. But again, not much moisture this week here. That slim chance of moisture tomorrow doesn't amount to much anyway. Upper 70s today, then low 70s tomorrow, so a little cooler behind that front for tomorrow. Thursday, a little cooler yet with windier conditions. Our coldest morning is going to be Friday morning in the lower 30s, close to freezing. Warming up on Friday into Saturday, a bit of a cool down then with that front coming through on Palm Sunday. Bigger cool down on Monday with some stronger winds. Beyond that, temperatures start to recover back up as we head through next week. We'll see how things play out late in the week. There's some uncertainty right now in the long-range forecast. As of right now, though, the Climate Prediction Center does still have likely to be above average between the 15th and the 21st of April. That would take us right through Easter weekend. As for precipitation, near average. So there will be maybe some chances down the road as we approach Easter weekend. We'll see here. It's going to be interesting. Look what happens here. The two different graphics, the European and the GFS, are very different with the end of next week. So not a lot these next few days. Sprinkles and light rain tonight. More sprinkles of light rain tomorrow, late in the afternoon into tomorrow evening. Not a lot going into the weekend otherwise. The system mostly passes to our north Saturday night into Sunday morning. And then this model tries to bring a little moisture with that cold front heading into Sunday night and Monday morning. We'll see. I didn't include anything right now, though. Outside of that, maybe the end of next week, but right now the European model has nothing through next Friday morning. That'd be Good Friday right there, I believe, next Friday. Looking at the GFS, it is very different, though, in the long range. GFS, minimal moisture these next few days, light rain or sprinkles. The better chance is going to be late Wednesday afternoon to Wednesday night. Not much beyond that. We'll see system to our north over the weekend. And then after that, maybe later next week. Now, look how much more aggressive the GFS is compared to the European model. That would have rain and snow back in our area for the end of next week heading towards Easter weekend. But again, because there's such a model discrepancy in the long-range models, throw them all out. They're not worth even barely looking at this point because they are so far out. We'll focus on the nice days that are ahead of us as we go through these next few days. Well, I want to thank you all for watching on this Tuesday morning, the 8th of April. I'll be back with you on Wednesday with all the latest. Until then, take care and God bless. Talk to you all later. Bye.